Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Holly. Today I'm going to be doing a rewind plan with me, or a, kind of scrapbook with me with stickers using this Scribble Prints Co. mystery kit. I don't remember, maybe October this was, but it's like this really pretty kind of wintry themed kit with like blues and purples. And the fun kind of twist I'm going to be doing on this is that I'm going to be using only foiled items that came with the Scribble Prints Co. Wiggle Wednesday. This is Andrea's basically version of a $2 Tuesday, and she does it on Wednesdays, and each sheet is $2, or if you buy like all of them, it's just $10 for the bundle. And it's like a fun way, I think, if you want like more affordable foil. It's called Wiggle It Wednesday, of course, named after the Wiggle Queen herself, Viv from Viv Loves to Plan. Andrea does do manufactured foil, but because she does that, allows her to do it like a higher volume and like a lower cost. So if you're somebody that just wants to like dabble in foil, it might be a nice way to do it. And also, like, it's a nice way to try out kind of specialty foil colors without having a ton left over. So I thought it'd be really fun to try this hollow one with this kit, because this will look gorgeous with holographic foil. The only exception that I'm going to do is that the mystery kit came with these kind of hollow snowflake ones. Honestly, they're not even that like shiny as these are, but they're like holographic snowflake ones, also from Andrea. So that came with the mystery kit, so I'm gonna use those. Also, in general, for this spread, I'm going to try to keep the other stickers I'm pulling in fairly minimal. I do have my albums of like Coffee Monsters Co. and Once More with Love Munchkins. I have those pulled out, and then I pulled out a few things of washi from Simply Gilded that I thought might look nice. But other than that, I'm going to try to kind of minimize what else I'm pulling in, because I just know I tend to use a lot of stuff in my Plan With Me's, and if you're someone that maybe operates on a more reasonable sticker budget than I do, or just in general doesn't have like room or whatever to store a lot of stickers, I kind of want to do this as a little bit more like getting back to basics, or like how you could do it without, you know, so much stuff. So anyways, all of that preamble, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This will be a sped up voiceover plan with me, just so I can kind of think and get organized on this kit. Okay, so I'm going ahead and getting started here in hyperspeed. I will slow it down once I get into the actual day-by-day plans, but I figured this part's kind of boring, so I went super fast. And I am using that bottom washi in the middle, or the bow washi in the middle of the bottom washi, and I thought that looked so cute. And so FYI, this is a memory plan with me, or a journal with me, as Mandy Plans calls it, or whatever you want to call it. I basically consider it scrapbooking with stickers. I've talked about this in other videos, but in case you haven't seen those, for 2019 I am using my Erin Condren as a memory planner, by which I mean I'm still planning with stickers, but I am doing it for kind of planning going backwards. So I capture what I do every day in like a little notepad I just keep on the side of my desk, or every couple days I'll jot it down, and then when I get time I go back and I fill it in with stickers. For me, it's just like a really relaxing way to kind of decompress. I think it's very similar to how people view scrapbooking, to be honest, or at least how I'm getting the same thing out of it as scrapbookers do. You know, it's a way for me to keep my memories. I'll keep it for years to come. No, it doesn't have photos, but honestly, I am not organized enough to have photos. Like, I would, if I needed to do scrapbooking with photos, I would never scrapbook. It just wouldn't happen because I am so disorganized. So I really enjoy doing it with stickers. I know there's been like some kind of shit talking memory keeping in the planning community lately. I watched like a video where people were like ranting about it. I was like, okay, you know what? Like, number one, let me do me. Number two, I'm kind of done apologizing for it, because it's just like, you know, I realize that this is a hobby for me, and it is very similar to me for scrapbooking. So I'm gonna not apologize for it and continue to do it. By the way, you can see here that I am using different dates than the dates I just whited out, because I had accidentally done the wrong week. I had flip-flopped 2 weeks basically in the planner. So date covers fix all. Thank you, Denise from Paper and Milk, who pointed that out to me. So yeah, so this is my memory planner. I have not really been sharing these spreads as much on YouTube, just because I don't know, I know people prefers to see pre-planning. I figure I'll probably share like 1 or 2 a month. I probably won't do it weekly. Honestly, I just also don't have the time to do it weekly, but it's something I really enjoy, kind of sitting down. It's like my favorite like chill Friday night activity, kind of going back and catching up on my own planning while I watch planning videos in the background. It's just super chill and nice. So I really enjoy it. So I am just going through here with all the various overlays. I know that the hollow foil is showing up like not well at all. Partly it's my studio lights, partly I think just like with the wiggle stickers, like when the dots are a little bit smaller, I just find they don't show up as well. You'll see the foil the best in those like big round stickers, which makes sense because it's like really concentrated foil. But the big round icon stickers that I'll use in this spread definitely show the foil the best. And I'll try to post something on Instagram simultaneously to this to show the foil a little better, because I know with the studio lights it's really hard to see, but you can see little glimmers of it. I think you can see a little shift. I think Christine from Simply Nailogical would be proud of this spread. So anyway, here we are slowed down and I can start planning my spread. So this is actually a spread from all the way back towards the start of January. And this was actually the start of the 2 weeks off I took between jobs. So I have started a new job. I've talked about this in some other videos of mine, but in case you haven't seen those, I left my old job. I had been there for about 2.5 years. I learned a lot, but it just wasn't a great long-term fit for me. And I'm kind of at that age where I just want to be at a job that I will be at for a while. So I had been looking for a lot of last year, to be honest. It was like my big goal of 2018. And I finally got it like right at the end of 2018. I found the right job for me. I tried to be really patient with it and like go to companies where I really wanted to be. So I was really happy that worked out. And anyway, so that was my first day off, but even though it was like my first day of vacation, I went to 5:45 a.m. yoga, which is absolutely bonkers. I know. But it was like, I was just like, you know what, if I don't do it, I'm going to like fall out of the habit. So I went ahead and did that. And I marked it down with a little Coffee Monsters Co. yoga emoji. And I just used, to mark that first day of vacay, I just used a little munchkin that was from the sampler, I believe, from Scribble Prints Co. because I just wanted to, I don't know, I thought she looked kind of cute. And then I used the phone icon on top of an appointment label to mark down that I ordered some glasses from Warby Parker, and it just required a lot of phone calls because my eye doctor was being really annoying in terms of getting me my prescription, etc. But I ordered those, and then I finally mailed my Christmas gifts. Yes, it was January. So I used the little envelope icon again from the Wiggle to mark that, and then I got a manicure because I just really wanted to have nice nails. And I used an emoji for that. And then the final thing, you can't really tell, but that is the book box from the Scribble Prints Co. kit. So it has a little book there, and I used that to mark down that I did lots of reading that night just to chill out. And that was a Monday. Honestly, this like week was all super, super chill. Well, I kind of had some disasters at the end of the week, but we'll get there. But then on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, I did spend some time working on my office. I decided I didn't love the way that Coffee Monsters Co. emoji looked on top of a flag. So I'm going to grab a quarter box. And I feel like I had so many boxes to pick from with this. I'm using a Scribble Prints Co. full kit, like the full mystery. So I also have the glitter sampler, and I feel like I had like all the boxes. It made me really happy. And then, so yeah, I marked, that is actually a little emoji that has like a little box that says junk, and I was doing some cleaning out, so I thought that was perfect. And then I actually did a mall run just for Dan. I didn't even look at a single thing for myself. I'm so good. But he had gotten some jackets and tailored, and he wanted my opinion to make sure they were good before we took them home. And then I did a little meal prep because I hadn't really meal prepped over the weekend because I was going to be working from home. But I did prep some lunch for the rest of the week, so I marked that down. And then I went to a solid core class. Solid core is this kind of like super intense Pilates class, but it's like on their machines that are basically exclusive to, or like they're owned by, or the machines is like, what's the word? Not trademarked, but it's like, or patented? It might be a patent. I don't know. But it's their exclusive like machines that are like these really fun. They have cables and springs, and you kind of like, you know, it's like time under tension. It's this whole thing, but it's really, really hard. I kind of want to start doing it more next month. It's extremely expensive though. I will say that. I did it via ClassPass. I'll leave a ClassPass link in the bio. I've done a lot of ClassPass classes in January and February, and have been really enjoying it. I know some people kind of have shit on ClassPass since it went from, it used to be an unlimited model, and basically that wasn't sustainable. They weren't making any money. But basically, ClassPass lets you take classes at local studios without buying a specific pass there, if that makes sense. I find it to be a really good deal if you actually do the math on what you'd pay for those classes per studio. And I think the link I have down there will give you 2 weeks free if you want to try it out. And then the other thing I marked down on Tuesday night was just having a lazy couch night. And you'll see here on Wednesday, I am kind of writing as I go. I don't really typically write as I go for the rest of the spread because honestly, it would just take too long. But I hate writing against the coil, so you got to write on your stickers before you put them against the coil. You know what I mean? So again, on Wednesday, I went to that early morning yoga because I am nuts. And then I did some editing, so I used the little munchkin there. Also, I think I forgot to turn the sound off, so if you're hearing like random background noises, that is the original background noises in this video. So I will mute that after I record this voiceover, but you might hear it. Very meta. Anyway, and then on Wednesday began my long and terrible strife with the shelves in my office. So basically, you will see 3 days in a row that I'm going to write down variations of shelf struggles because I was trying to hang shelves in my office, and guys, I don't consider myself to be an idiot. Like, I can read instructions and, like, drill a hole, and, like, I'm not, out here redoing our kitchen. I'm not on the HGTV show or anything, but, I'm, like, I know how to hammer stuff. I've hung pictures before, but I could not figure out these shelves for the life of me. They just, like, they wouldn't lay flat. It was just, like, I got a nail stuck in a stud or not a nail, a screw stuck in a stud. It was just bad. And I also had a hard time deciding what I wanted to. So anyway, I am going to mark down these shelf struggles repeatedly multiple days. The ultimate conclusion, spoiler alert, is that I eventually ended up hiring a handyman to put up all these shelves in my office. And I'm much happier with how it looks than I think I would have been if I had tried to do it. Even Dan at one point tried to help me and he was struggling too. Something about the drywall in my office, just things are not secure. And then even when I had drywall fasteners, those were not really sticking. Those kind of kept falling out. So anyways, we ended up with a lot of holes in my wall, but shelves up because I hired it out. And you know what? I'm glad I did because they look a lot better. So yeah, I did spend a lot of time in my 2-week break trying to get my office completely done because my new job has me working from home a few days a week, which is so nice, such a nice perk. But I was so my office though from home was kind of a disaster. So because it also is like where I do all my planning stuff. So I spent some time this week kind of getting it organized and trying to get it looking nice and cute. So anyways, had the shelf struggles. And then I also ended up going to Home Depot twice and Target once, which is just to find the right shelves also because I had gotten shelves from IKEA and then I wasn't in love with how those looked. Guys, this was a tribulation. It's just like such a dumb thing to like try to describe, but at the time it was like, oh, I'm so like I felt so incompetent to be honest. So yeah. So anyways, I used a little frustrated Coffee Monsters Co. emoji and a facepalm munchkin to represent the emotions on that situation. And then on to Thursday, I put down that I did some filming and took some Instagram pics. So I'm using a cute little movie clapper icon. Those are the ones I feel like you can really see the foil on, those circle ones. And then I did print and cut some rings inserts. So I used a little emoji that's holding like crafting stuff for that. And then I ended up going back to Target yet again. So I'm taking that little skinny label to try and fit that in there. And I'm going to add another facepalm munchkin because it was just a very facepalmy life with these shelves because I just had gotten I had gotten shelves that I didn't ultimately like. Anyway, then I tried to build the shelves again. That didn't go well. And yeah. And then I also ended up basically having like a video disaster where I had like given misinformation in a video and ended up having to take it down, and it was just like a whole, and then people were mad at me. It was just like a whole cluster of emotions about that video because I was like really frustrated. So that's just like a sad emoji. And I put a little it's like a little film strip. I don't know if you can see that. And then on to Friday when I continued to be a shelf failure and I gave it a cute sticker at least. And I was was feeling so frustrated that with myself and like my inability to like control my emotions around it, I decided to buy 1 year of Headspace. So I marked that down with a little heart icon. If you don't know what Headspace is, it is a meditation app. And I was like so mad at myself that I couldn't keep my cool that I didn't keep my cool and impulse bought a year of an app. So it was on sale, which is why I bought it. But I was just like, what? In retrospect, I've meditated not enough to justify that since then, but that's okay. And then I was having like some issues with a friend and I was so upset. So, oh yeah, by the way, that was on top of the shelf thing on Thursday and I was just having a super emotional day. So I like literally laid down in bed and wallowed, which I never do. I am not really a wallower. I get very mad or I just cry a lot, but I just kind of like cry a ton and move on. But I like laid down in bed for 2 hours and just like was upset, which is very not like me, but I apparently needed it. And then when I was wallowing, I was like, okay, finally I was like, I need to get better, but I really just wanted to like blunt my mind, basically. Not blunt in the term drugs, but just like I just wanted to not really worry about anything. So I turned on KonMari, the KonMari show that was like super big at the beginning of January for several hours, which again, not something I ever do. I'm not one to just sit and binge a show by myself for hours on end. Like Dan and I are watching Game of Thrones, but to me that's different. Like this was just literally like I just wanted something. Yeah, so anyways, very strange day, but I did enjoy the KonMari show. And then finally that night, I ended up video chatting with my friends, and it made me feel so much better. Not the same friends, but different friends, and they were just like a ray of sunshine that like perked up that day because I was having such a disasterful day. Disasterful is not a word, but I invented it now. So anyways, that was my Friday. And then on to Saturday, I was definitely doing a little better. So Dan was at AGDQ that week, which is basically like this gaming speedrunning thing, and it's local. Well, at least this one was local to DC. So I had a lot of extra Sarita time, took around an extra walk and all that. So I marked that down with a paw print at the top of the day. And then I did go to yoga. So I took another Coffee Monsters Co. yoga emoji. And then I did some laundry because I wanted to have all of the stuff in my closet because I really wanted to condo my clothes. I had been so inspired that I wanted to condo my own clothes, and which basically I took everything out of my closet, like literally every single thing, which is nuts because it's a pain to put back. But her whole concept, if you haven't watched the show, I read her book a couple years ago, but I feel like her show was almost better than the book. But she kind of operates from a perspective of, should I keep this versus like, or like, does it deserve to stay versus like, does it have to go? It's kind of like, she thinks that things have to kind of earn their way in your closet by sparking joy versus like a lot, like typically I think when people declutter, they're like, oh, do I wear this anymore? And it's not really about that for her. It's more like, does this make me happy? Does this spark joy? Which I think is a really interesting perspective. So anyways, I used another one of those little kind of like, actually that was a laundry emoji I used to mark that down. And then on to Sunday, it was a snow day, so I took that very annoyed funny little munchkin to mark that down. And then on I also had like a snowed out brunch, so I just took that icon that's kind of like a little sparkly star, but I thought it could kind of mean snow too, to mark down that I couldn't go to brunch because honestly we got like 8 inches. It was nuts, and it was snowing all day. Like, it wouldn't have been safe for me to go because it was in the city. So I was really sad to miss it because everybody else could walk there. But that's the problem with suburbs life. And so instead I edited a haul. So used a little YouTube thing to mark that down and did some typical Sunday stuff like washing some sheets and meal prepping, which I'm just kind of marking down with various icons. Yeah, kind of like a boring Sunday, but I had the following week off too, so I didn't feel too much pressure to get stuff done. So anyway, I am going to go through, I think, with like a little bit of deco now. I decided to do deco above the date covers because I just thought it would be kind of fun and extra sparkly. So I'm going to go through with that. And I think I'm actually going to come back into the live mode at the end of this video just to wrap up and tell you guys my thoughts on using the wiggles. So cut to that. Okay guys, so I went ahead and just finished the top deco off camera because my camera battery and memory card are going to give up on me very shortly. I want to show you what I have left since I was trying to kind of mostly keep to the kit. The Scribble Prints Co. mystery kits are so generous with the amount of stuff you get. So I used a lot of half boxes because that's just how I plan. But I have like all this functional stuff left, a good amount of deco, another full box, a bunch of icons, all of the ombre heart checklist. I used up all of these full boxes, but I have all the girls left. And then some glitter stuff, all the little things. I didn't even use a little thing. I don't know why. And then a bunch of regular headers and pattern washi. And then this is actually cut up into washi strips because it's the old format, but you could easily turn that into a full box. So I feel like if I had integrated some of the girls boxes, you could easily get a whole nother spread out of this. I just don't love girls, so I didn't do that. And then kind of same thing. Oh, and by the way, I do have some of the, or a lot of the snowflake deco left. And then kind of similarly for the, Wiggle It Wednesday. So I didn't use this because I just wanted to use my Simply Gilded down there, but you obviously could have 2 weeks worth if you decided to. I used the glitter headers or the kind of, yeah, the glitter foil on every single glitter header, but if you had only used it on 2, you could easily stretch this across 2 weeks. These you have plenty of to bring into another week. Same with the icons, and because you do get like both sets of icons, you could kind of pick and choose. Like you'll have 2 of most icons, you know what I mean? So you can like use, even if they're icons you use a lot, you have 2 versions, I guess I'm trying to say. Have all of these left, and yeah, have a couple of munchkins, and then here's the freebie sampler. So I could totally see making this into, or did I say these overlays, by the way? I used all but 1, but you easily could have done just 2 and then stretched it to another week. So just wanted to give you an example because I know I personally use a lot of stickers. It's just how, this is my expensive hobby of choice. So like I know that like if you use an entire Scribble Prints Co. mystery kit and a Wiggle It Wednesday, that's like $40 worth of stickers, but easily you could spread it across 2, maybe even 3 weeks if you wanted to do that. So anyways, I think it turned out gorgeous. I don't feel like, there at no point when I was planning was I like, oh my God, I need like another foiled sticker that I wish I had. Probably because I also was using the character stickers. For me, like just how I like to plan and like capture what I'm doing, I will always have more workout stickers than probably would come in a normal set of like kit or whatever. But other than that, I feel like this pretty much had everything, and I just decided to use some character stickers to display my expressive emotions. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you've tried something similar. I'm gonna go ahead and fill the rest of this in.